youth and some veteran politicians making up the new Free National Movement government. The Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute produces another group of trained professionals. And officials say millions of dollars worth of drugs discovered at the Freeport container port.
The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening. I'm Sabrina Brown. Thank you for joining us. Topping the news tonight, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis completing the formation of his cabinet as 14 ministers were sworn in by Governor General Her Excellency Dame Marguerite Pindling during a ceremony at Government House Monday afternoon.
I, Theodore Brent Simonet.
The Honorable Theodore Brent Simonet is the Minister of Financial Services, Trade and Industry. The Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources is the Honorable Renward Wells. The Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd is the new Minister of Education. The Honorable Dr. Dwayne Sands now serves as Minister of Health, while the Ministry of National Security is headed by the Honorable Marvin Dames. The Honorable Frankie Campbell is the Minister of Transport and Local Government. The Honorable Dionisio de Aguilar will oversee the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation with responsibility for Bahamas Air. The Honorable Michael Pintard is the new Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. The Minister of Foreign Affairs is the Honorable Darren Henfield. The Honorable Lanisha Roll is the Minister of Social Services and Urban Development. Senator the Honorable Dion Folks is the Minister of Labor. Senator the Honorable James Kwesi Thompson is the Minister of State for Grand Bahama, while the Minister of State for the Public Service and National Insurance is the Honorable Brensel Roll. The Honorable Ellsworth Johnson is the Minister of State for Legal Affairs. The Honorable Desmond Bannister will be sworn in as Minister of Works on a later date. Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis gave the new ministers this charge ahead of his first cabinet meeting Tuesday morning.
Each day, we must work to maintain the confidence and trust of the people who voted for a new day. Every decision we make must be with the intention of improving the lives of our people. If they see us working hard, if they see us using public funds wisely, if they see us doing their business with integrity and humility, then, and only then, will we have truly earned their fullest trust.
Prime Minister Minnis said the new cabinet was structured to be more effective. While 5 members of this cabinet have served in that capacity previously, Dr. Minnis said 14 of his ministers are serving for the first time. He said training will be a key component of this government.
My cabinet and parliamentary colleagues will have the benefit of an orientation program conducted by Bahamian and international experts. This orientation will include information on the Constitution, our parliamentary system of government, public finance, the proper working of cabinet government, a code of ethics, and other relevant areas of government.
The Prime Minister noted that cabinet ministers and other high-ranking government officials will be held to the highest standard of ethical conduct in the performance of their public duties. Sabrina Brown said. The political career of this country's third prime minister in an independent Bahamas has come to an end, having represented a constituency for 40 consecutive years, led a party for 20 years, and a country for 2 non-consecutive terms. Former Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie stepped down as leader of the Progressive Liberal Party as he addressed his party last night in the nation's capital at a special called general meeting. During his farewell address, the veteran politician reflected on his party's achievements in governance. He noted the creation of thousands of jobs, implementation of NHI, urban renewal, the mortgage relief program, the National Training Agency, BAMSI, and securing the International Air Service Agreement. The former Prime Minister said it was never about him, but always about putting Bahamians first. Mr. Christie noted that the PLP has bounced back before from a similar stunning defeat in 1997 when they only won 6 seats, and for the past 20 years, Bahamians have changed government every 5 years. He says he's optimistic that the PLP will be back, but he warned that the party must undergo evaluation and transformation. Former independent candidate for the Central Grand Bahama constituency, Donald Mortimer, thanking residents for their support in the 2017 general election. Mortimer says that although he did not win, he is grateful for the wonderful experience. Mortimer says he visited some 1,000 homes, hearing the stories of many families, and he is committed to continue on this journey of serving and giving back.
I want to thank the wonderful people in Central for allowing me to their houses by opening the doors and giving them a platform which I put together as to what my aim was to do for them. I was not successful, but I believe I still successful because the people, I promised them that I'll be working with the former candidate whoever win, and that's Aram Lewis.
He adds that he has a love for people, serving and working hard to make a better Grand Bahama. He says he will do so as long as God allows him to. Mortimer then congratulated the new government and pledges his support moving forward.
I want to congratulate the F&M government. We all are one. They say it's the people's time, and so we all are one. Whether you PLP, F&M, or DNA, I believe the current government is about people. I believe they're about people, and I believe they will do well. We all will do well. Together we stand together. We fall. We all will stand together going forward into 2007 and beyond. And I prepare to work throughout the next 5 years with the people, as my platform says, with the people for the people. And things are in there, and so I cannot back off now. I will continue to work. And may God bless the Bahamas, and indeed the people of Central, and indeed Grand Bahama.
In other news, the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, BTVI, holding its 2017 commencement ceremony at the Freeport Bible Church. The graduates were trained in various areas such as carpentry, electrical installation, auto mechanics, welding, office management, and much more. Italia Hall has a report.
46 students taking part in the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute commencement ceremony on Tuesday morning. Family and friends of the graduates turned out in large numbers to support the group. President of the institution, Dr. Robert Robinson, brought the welcome remarks. He says at BTVI they have now created another group of skilled problem solvers in the country.
You're expected to go out into the world. You're expected to troubleshoot, analyze, solve the problems that face us, and we all know that it's a very complicated and complex global environment. It's imperative that you have these skills as the work environment itself is constantly evolving.
Commencement speaker Dr. James Dever told the students to always remember those who supported them along their journey.
Your husbands, your wives, your moms, your dads, your kids, everybody sacrificed so that you could sit here today and get your degree. And I charge you to remember that. I charge you to think about the sacrifices not only that you made, but that they made so that you could go to school. So now it's your turn to give back. It's your turn to get out there and make a difference.
Chief Alive Officer Damian Blackburn presented the Alive Graduate Award to Katushka McIntosh. He also spoke on the school's motto.
You've learned, you've grown, you've achieved. But this is the first day, really, of you going out into the world and continuing to learn, to grow, and achieve. And I would encourage you all to keep those fine words with you as you make the next step.
Graduate and President of the Student Government, Franklin McCoy, then spoke on behalf of the graduating class. He says this achievement took a lot of hard work and determination.
We knew the goals that we had in mind. We remain committed, thus bringing us to this day. Hurricane Matthew was a prime example of the old saying, the road is not always easy, but if you remain focused and disciplined, you will flourish.
Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
An estimated $5 million worth of drugs discovered at the Freeport container port. Reports say that on Monday, May 15th, acting on a tip, officers from the Drug Enforcement Unit, along with other law enforcement officials and security officers from the transshipment terminal, conducted a search of a 20-foot container where they uncovered 7 black duffel bags, each containing suspected cocaine. Police say the estimated street value of the drugs, which weighed 490.5 pounds, is $5,127,000. According to officials, no one was arrested in connection with this incident. Investigation continues. Meanwhile, police on Grand Bahama are also investigating the death of a foreign male national. Reports say that on Monday, May 15th, shortly after 9 a.m., police were called to the Fortune Bay area in Lucaya, where a 39-year-old man was found hanging from a tree. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Police say foul play is not suspected at this time. However, an autopsy will be performed to determine the exact cause of death. The identity of the man is being withheld pending notification of next of kin. Police continue their investigation. Stay with us, there's more news after this.